Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the young prince Rocky Maivia. Today we're going to be reviewing WWE 2K17 for the PS4. First things first, the game looks incredible. For the most part, the models are faithful renditions of their real life counterparts, with the exception of a very few superstars. For instance, Dana Brooke looks absolutely terrifying in this game. For whatever reason, 2K failed miserably at capturing her properly. But for superstars like Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, 2K is moving in a very positive direction. In the last installment, Roman looked expressionless, almost like a zombie. Boring Reigns.
The following fatal four-way contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring. From Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, Roman Reigns.
What a reaction from the WWE.
2K17, however, you can see the aggression and focus in his face as he approaches the ring. And as far as Brock Lesnar, he went from being a short, overweight version of himself in 2K16 to a much truer to life, bigger, scarier, more ripped muscle machine. In 2K17, his model perfectly resembles the beast incarnate. Now, during the actual match, facial expressions are very convincing. The superstars yell in agony after being slammed and scrunch their faces up in pain while being locked in a submission. Another very cool detail I noticed is that the muscles actually look and behaves like muscles. For instance, the biceps rounds up to a peak when the arm is contracted, and the triceps actually look flexed when the arm is fully extended. I also noticed things like veins popping up on the neck while somebody was trying to kick out. With that being said, I did also notice a couple screen tears here and there, accompanied by the occasional frame rate drop, but nothing too serious. The game is still extremely playable. Now, let's talk about the sound. The soundtrack is cool. Nobody really cares that Diddy was in charge of putting the music together. Let's be honest, nobody bought this game for the soundtrack. And as far as commentary, surprise, it sucks. But we all expected that much. Dialogue feels shallow and gets repetitive after about an hour. Like I said, no surprise there. Okay, let's move on to the gameplay. 2K17 continues in the direction of simulation rather than arcade. If you've played 2K16, you will feel right at home here with the in-ring action. There are a couple new features such as specific taunts that can boost your momentum or strength, and a little extra tweak to reversal system, but to be perfectly honest, personally, I'm not a big fan of the limited reversal system introduced in last year's game, so I went ahead and turned that off in the options menu. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It does add an extra layer of strategy as far as properly planning when to use your reversals, but it's definitely not for everyone. Now to an exciting new feature. WWE 2K17 reintroduces crowd and backstage fighting. It's a pretty cool feature with a lot of possible interactions, but it does get old after a couple hours. There are about 4 areas to fight once you're backstage. There's the authorities office, a locker room, a long hallway, and a shorter hallway. With that being said, the variety dies out pretty quickly. More than likely, you'll see everything there is to see back there within the first 10 minutes of being backstage. I found myself spending most of the time in the ring. Nonetheless, it is still a very cool feature. I just hope that they'll expand on it further in the future. Side note, go to your options and turn the blood on. There's an insane amount of blood in this game. It just looks and feels cool, especially to a guy that, you know, was a fan of the hardcore era back in the early 2000s and late 90s. It's very reminiscent of that era. Now, let's talk about career mode. You take your created superstar and pursue titles. It's as simple as that. It's pretty immersive and does a decent job at making you feel like you're actually part of the WWE roster, and after a while it almost starts to feel like a grind, just more of the same over and over again. Unfortunately, there's not much else to do outside of the ring to hold your attention for too long during this game mode. Now, there's a new promo engine now, but to be honest, it needs a lot of work. It's a cool feature and adds to the limited amount of activity options when you're not busy wrestling with your created superstar, but it's very unorganized and leaves a lot to be desired. It is, however, a great idea and a good start. There's definitely a lot of potential with this promo engine that will hopefully be improved upon in future installments. Moving on, I know everyone missed GM mode, right? Well, luckily for us, 2K17 features WWE Universe mode, which is a fully customizable replica of GM mode. You have total control of the WWE Universe, everything from rivalries, tag teams, matchups, and even intro to shows. Which brings us to the customization options. The creation suite is huge in this game. Character creation looks better than ever, and now you can even create a victory. Just more ways to make your character truly feel unique in every way imaginable. Now, with all that being said, two things. One, they took out showcase mode. They did add a couple video packages in career mode to kind of make up for it, but it doesn't do nearly as much as showcase mode did in previous installments. My biggest complaint about this game, it's not even a huge complaint, which is saying a lot considering how good I think the game is, honestly. But WWE 2K17 began development late last year, meaning by the time the brand split and cruiserweight division came around, the game was already too far in its development to include any of those things. Basically, the game is outdated. It was outdated even before it was released. No fears though, because through the community creation and share feature, you'll be able to download recent attires, new title belts, and even the new Raw and SmackDown Live Arena. You gotta love it. When considering how little time it took for the community to update the game, I don't understand why the developers couldn't have just done it themselves. But criticism aside, overall the game is phenomenal. It really is a lot of fun, and I'm a huge WWE fan, so I may be a little biased, and there's so much fan service in the game that it's hard not to recommend. At its worst, WWE 2K17 serves as a great template for what I'm predicting to be an amazing WWE 2K18 next year, and at its best, it's hours upon hours of fun gameplay and what almost seems like an unlimited amount of customization. Buy it, you won't regret it. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Please hit the like button, favorite if you want to, and subscribe for more videos. Much love to you all. If you did get the game, please comment below and let me know whether or not you guys liked it. Thanks again for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.